Hey everybody, what's up? It's Rose here, bringing you some Pokemon Go Battle League content. Today's video, we're going to go over the Valentine's Day event here in Pokemon Go, coming on February 10th at 10 a.m. Thursday, by the way. And it's all the way to Monday, Valentine's Day, February 14th, until 8 p.m. your local time. So what's going on with this event? We've actually got some exciting stuff happening. Let's go over it. I'm going to go over a couple of these things. I'm going to go over the page, a couple of things for GBL like we usually do here. So the debut of Flabebe and Florges and Floette. So they kind of look not so like their design is interesting. Like they're really cool looking fairies. Like they're flower fairies, right? They don't look like much, but they're actually pretty good for GBL. We're going to take a quick look at those in a little while here. Worth noting our event bonuses. We get double lure modules, double catch candy, and your buddy will bring you items more often. The double catch candy is going to be really nice because Florges is a Master League pick, so you're going to want as much of those candies as you can possibly get. And if you're good, if you got a lot of lure modules to spare, you could be popping lure modules and hopefully getting extra Floettes, Flabebes, and Florges to be able to get more of those. And then you also get some global challenges, which you don't get a whole lot of. But in this event, we get a global challenge that's going to be up from Wednesday the 9th all the way until Tuesday the 15th. So a little bit outside of the event window. So just keep your eye on that. And the global challenge will basically be sending gifts to each other. And once we send enough gifts, what will happen is we get triple transfer candy. We send 70 million gifts as a global community. We get triple transfer candy. That's going to be good for a few reasons. One, because you're going to be able to get all those Floettes or Flabebes that you catch. Triple transfer candy, super easy to amass a ton of candy for those, as well as anything else we catch. But also, if you've got a stack of legendaries, like Reggie Steel, which is going to be in raids this week, use the triple transfer candy as a way to get a lot of extra candy so you can power it all the way up to level 40 and beyond without having to, walk it, use rare candies, what have you, so that you just save resources that way. Also, if you got any other legendaries you want to power up to 40, obviously XL candy is not going to be boosted, but we're going to get a ton of extra candy. So this is going to be a really nice event to build a Reggie Steel past 40. XL candy is guaranteed when you catch it off of raids and just a legendary in general, so it's going to be really easy to get the candy needed in hopefully not nearly as many raids as it normally would take, because you get the XL candy, I think, a little bit faster, as long as you're not using pineapples. But Furfrou is getting a form change, big deal for GBL. We really don't care about that. It's heart trim Furfrou. Okay, awesome. Collection challenges, you can get male and female Frillish, which is going to be good. That's actually good for GBL if you don't have the Jellicent. It's a good extra candy opportunity. It's a good chance to possibly get decent IVs. It's okay. Your ideal IV spread's not going to come from research, so just worth noting there. Gallade and Gardevoir will be able to get their legacy move Synchronoise during this event. Synchronoise is a very subpar move, not going to be really something you want to use in GBL. Like, I think its Psychic is even better than Synchronoise. So if you're going to use a Psychic type charge move, just use Psychic itself. Not really something I'm worried about, but it is nice that they're rolling back some of these Community Day moves so that people who missed it the first time get it. Now, Wild Encounters. Chansey. For the degenerates out there trying to build an XL Chansey, this is the event for you. So, yeah, hoard them, trade them away for XL candy later on. Have fun with your degenerate Chansey. Alright, Plusle, Minun, Volbeat, Illumise are all paired Pokemon that kind of come with these kinds of events. We don't care about any of them for GBL. Volbeat and Illumise, I think, have decent looking shinies, but that's about it. Love Disc is the annual heart Pokemon, comes with this event, and Woobat has a heart-shaped nose. Woobat maybe someday could actually be decent for GBL, so I mean, snag a good one if you can, but it's not currently really worth it. And then you've got 3 different forms of Flabebe with its 3 different flower types. Grab them all, save whichever ones have good IVs, and then you got Furfrou. Now, if you're lucky, you could find Miltank, got a nice shiny. Audino, big bonus dust. I think I read that you get 2100 dust for catching an Audino. Alomomola, the fish, is good in Love Cup at the moment, and it's got some niche use in other metas, so grab one if you don't have one already. And then you could get White and Orange Flower if you're lucky for our Flabebe. In raids, we got Miltank, Roselia, Audino, Furfrou, not even worth the 1-star pass. Nidoqueen, Nidoking, Lickitung, Gardevoir, and Gallade are in 3-star raids. Now, this is a really decent lineup. Nidoqueen, Lickitung, 2 super awesome picks. Now, Gallade is going to be okay, but you're not going to get an ideal spread with Gallade from raids. And you don't really need XL candies, so I'm not really going after it. Nidoqueen and Lickitung, you actually need XL candies to build the good versions of them for GBL, so those are the ones that I'd be targeting, especially Lickitung, because of how very limited you'll ever see it in availability. In 5-star raids, we get Reggie Steel, and Mega raids, we get Houndoom. So, Zap Cannon Reggie Steel. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Reggie Steel is getting Zap Cannon in this event as a legacy move. Either Elite TM the one you've got built for Ultra and Great League, or catch as many as you can to get the best IV spread. Trade them amongst your friends. Try and swap them for better IVs. Zap Cannon Reggie Steel is going to break the meta almost as big as Walrein and Trevenant did. So you're going to want to get one, and you're going to want to be able to counter it too. Field research tasks, I mean, nothing super awesome here. You've got the Frillishes, you've got Alomomola, and you've got Eevee. Those are really the only things that you want to go after. Ralts is going to be good if you want to get that Hundo for the Mega Gardevoir and Gallade. Love Disc, couldn't give a don't care. And Pikachu is, whatever, Pikachu's everywhere at this point. And we get some special avatar items, stickers, and bundles. Yippee-doo. Don't care. Gonna move into the wild spawns because I want to be able to go over some of these and go over the IVs you're gonna want to go for. So guys, if you're looking for wild spawns, the ones you really want to focus on, obviously there's Flabebe and Floette. Floette's not necessarily spawning in the wild, but that's an evolution, the straight evolution of Flabebe before it gets to be Florges. Now, side note, I think I read that Florges, you need to have 20 buddy hearts on the Floette to get there, so just, you know, day or two's worth of buddying, no big deal. But Floette, so we're looking at the Flabebe, we're looking at the 0, 14, 13, 0, 14, 15 Florges for Great and Ultra League respectively, and then you're going to want a Hundo or as close to it as you can for Master League. Chansey, you want a Hundo. I don't know why that says 11. We're going to change that on the fly. Super quick, super sneaky editing here in the middle of a video. It might be tied to something else, because I've changed it at least 3 times by now. Alright, Chansey, you want to get the Hundo or close to it. You're going to XL it all the way to 50. You get a best buddy for 51 if you want to really go down that route. And you don't deserve to battle if you do. That thing is just a troll. It's no good. Alright, Alomomola, 0, 15, 11 for Great League. And then if you want to get really spicy and power that thing up all the way to Ultra League status, it's going to need to be 50 or 51 with a Hundo. And then Floette is a spice pick for Great League. It's got to be XL to like the mid to upper 40s, with the rank 1 being 0, 14, 15. But, I mean, it's one of those things where stash it if you can, I guess, right? You know? Because it's got decent moves, and it's a pure fairy type with Vine Whip, which is very, very rare. I don't think that exists anywhere in the game yet. So, it's not a bad idea to at least stash it, you know? Maybe you'll never build it. At least it's there if you need it. You know, maybe someday it gets a move update. Maybe it gets, you know, maybe just the right meta falls out and it works. So there's that. And then obviously, like I mentioned, Audino is big bonus dust. So catch every single one you see. Save those golden raspberries and ultra balls for those because they are a pain in the rear end to catch. Now, quickly moving into the field research. So nothing super special here. Again, we've got Eevee, Frillish, and Alomomola. Again, this is so in this section, what I'll do is I'll be putting the best IV spread from wherever you're getting it from. So in this particular case, the best Umbreon from research is a 10, 15, 14. Obviously, you're going to want better ones with, you know, more ideal IV spreads, but if you're going straight from research, you want a slight discount on you know, catching it versus getting it from research. There is that. If you want, though, what I would be searching for, if you don't have one already, is the Hundo EV, and you can use that in 2 places. You can use it as the Ultra League Umbreon, hopefully packing Last Resort. Save it, because in the Johto Tour, we will be getting Umbreon and Espeon's legacy moves, and I'm banking on the fact that it's probably going to be Last Resort, because that was the old move. They wouldn't bring Psychic back because we just had that last year. So Sylveon's also going to be useful in Master League as a Hundo. I'm not listing any other IV spreads here because honestly, even the Great League spread, you're not really going to go for an Umbreon with a Great League spread or with a research or raid spread. I did the same thing here with Frillish. You got both versions coming from research. 11, 15, 14 is the best possible research spread you can get for Great League, and 10, 15, 14 is the highest ranked research spread for Ultra League, and you will need XLs for that. And Aloma Mola, the best you can get for Great League if you want the slight bump in level from the research is 10, 15, 15. And like we said in the last one, Hundo for Ultra League. Raids. If you wanna raid a tier 1 for some reason, I mean, raid the Roselia, get the Hundo. I mean, Roserade isn't terrible in Master League Premier Classic, which we've got out right now. I wouldn't really spend too much time on it, but it's certainly noteworthy if you're really hunting for that Hundo. Tier 3, though, like we said, Tier 3 is where you're really going to be putting in your passes, as well as Reggie Steel, if you don't already have them. Nidoqueen. Obviously, in Open and Remix and all those XL Cup Ultras, Nidoqueen is amazing. But it's also amazing in Ultra League Premier Classic, as long as you don't run it up against the Walrein. Walrein kind of scared off a lot of the Nidoqueens, but before Walrein, Nidoqueen was a pretty dominant Hundo pick. It doesn't need to be the Hundo or like a 14 or 13, 15, 15 with a best buddy boost to get up to under 2,500. And then Lickitung is just an absolutely dominant force in the Great League, Open League, and even in, certain limited cups, especially like right now. Every limited cup that Lickitung is in is just dominant. So definitely worth going after those to get those XL candies for the Lickitung and the Nidoqueen. And if you really want to hunt the good IV spreads, obviously, Nidoqueen and Lickitung, you're not going to get your super rank 1 IV spreads from research or raids, but if you're gunning for the rank 1 from raids, you get the 11, 15, 15 Nidoqueen from for Great League, and then the Hundo for Ultra League Premier Classic. And I didn't even go and look for the XL version because, let's be honest, you're not going to use a raid caught Nidoqueen for XL. If you're going to make that XL investment, you're going to make as high ranked one as possible. Now, I don't know why in the absolute hell I figured out what this is tied to. All right, Chansey and Reggie Steel are connected somehow, and I figured it out. All right, so we're going to change this on the fly. This should be 11, 15, 15. I need to fix. I'll fix that. Don't worry. I'll fix it. Don't worry about it. The Reggie Steel, however, Zap Cannon Reggie Steel. All right, we're going to go over some of the matchups in a minute. But Zap Cannon Reggie Steel, if you're going for a Great League and you don't have one already, 11, 15, 15 is the best raid caught IV spread, and 10, 15, 14 is the best Ultra League spread if you're using XLs, which if you're getting one, you've already got, so you're going to have some XLs already, you might as well just make it. Now, best case scenario for Reggie Steel is you've got a friend you can swap with, and hopefully you land a better spread. You want to go for the low attack, high bulk as much as you can. I don't have the IV spreads in front of me, but depending on who you're trading with, because obviously if you're trading with somebody who's not best or ultra friends, you're going to be spending a lot of dust because it's a legendary. So just as close to the zero attack, high bulk as you can. But these are what you're looking for if you're just going to build one out of rates. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at Reggie Steel and Florges, right? So let's hop over to PvPoke right quick, because this is some interesting stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go to the battle, and I'm gonna use the Matrix Simulator because I want to be able to show you guys just what this does. All right, so we're gonna start with Reggie Steel, and you can already see it's got Zap Cannon loaded in here. So I'm gonna go with Reggie Steel, and I'm just gonna go with like a generic, half decent freaking Reggie Steel. We're gonna throw this thing up against the Great League meta, okay? Let's check out the wins that this thing picks up. All right, now it's officially a dominant Azumarill counter. It's a dominant. God, this thing can beat Drapion a little bit easier. It annihilates Drifblim because of Zap Cannon. It loses a little bit harder to Frostless because it doesn't have Flash Cannon. Because we're running Zap Cannon Focus Blast instead of Flash Cannon Focus Blast. Even though Flash Cannon stabs, Zap Cannon is just, and it gets the guaranteed attack debuff too. So now you can beat Hypno, you can beat Jellicent, which was also another super hard counter to Reggie Steel. You still get yourself whooped by Machamps, but that's okay. Mandibuzz is now on the list of things that lose to Reggie Steel. Before it was kind of like, meh, maybe you get it, maybe you don't. Marowak is still a good counter. Medicham is still a good counter. Meganium is still a counter to it because you do resist the Zap Cannon damage and you can hit back with the Earthquake. Mew is sort of a counter to it. Nidoqueen still remains a very dominant counter to Reggie Steel, and if they're not running Flash Cannon at all, then Nidoqueen absolutely walls it, period. Still beats, obviously, the Charmers, Noctowl, it still beats. Not Obstagoon because of the Flash Cannon taking a little bit... Flash Cannon's a little bit faster of a move to get to. Obstagoon's going to be able to get a few more counters in and make that matchup a little bit closer. But look, you whoop the Politoed, right? If you bait in the mirror, if you're running Flash Cannon, that's the reason why this is listed as a win rather than a lock on down, is because this is baiting with focus, or baiting the Focus Blast with Flash Cannon. So we're not worried about that. Sableye now listed as a loss. Scrafty completely whoops it because you're not baiting with Flash Cannon, and it's going to be able to get you're not going to be able to get to the Focus Blast bait, so to speak. And then let's see. Swampert still whoops you. Stunfisk. All the ground types will still whoop you, even though you have the Focus Blast. The only way that you beat a Stunfisk is landing Focus Blast. Talonflame is still listed in the loss category. Let's take a look at Talonflame, because you think with Zap Cannon you think you'd be able to take it out, right? No. So all they have to do is get to that second Flame Charge. Now it takes you 15 turns to get to a Zap Cannon, and it takes 15 turns for them to get to their first move, 10 to get to the second. So they outpace you to the third move. So even if you go in 2 shields, you will still lose to the Talonflame. So that's still, however, going to be listed as a matchup that you lose. However, if we go, let's say that you've got 2-to-1 shields, you will Zap Cannon the Talonflame out of the sky. And this is going straight Zap Cannon. You're not baiting with a Focus Blast or anything like that. However, if the Talonflame has 2 shields, you still lose that matchup quite badly. So you need at least 1 shield in order to take it out. Or you also win the 0 shield scenario because a Flame Charge by itself will not take out Reggie Steel. It's the damage thereafter that will end up taking out the Reggie Steel. So that's just Great League, though. Like, let's take a quick old look here at Ultra League, because Ultra League, oh man, the Ultra League is something else. All right, so let's go Ultra League, level 50. We're gonna go, okay, save. We're gonna change this to the Ultra League meta. All right, so back to the beginning with this. Now look, Charizard now listed as a win. But all variations of Charizard, absolutely, because you get to those Zap Cannons so quickly. All right, Drifblim, again, listed as a win. Galvantula, listed as a win. However, that one's kind of funky. Giratina, one of the de facto hard counters to Reggie Steel, listed as a win. Origin's going to take it because it lands the Shadow Ball. But Altered Giratina, which is the only one that you're ever going to see in Ultra League, that's not Remix, is now a win. That's insane. Because Giratina used to be an absolute wall to Reggie Steel. Beats it now. Obviously the Charmers. Greedent still gets whooped by it. Gyarados is now completely destroyed, as is Jellicent, because of the Zap Cannon being an electric type move. Melmetal is now an even more dominant win. Armored Mewtwo is now a win. Nidoqueen is now a loss because of the fact that you no longer have the Flash Cannon. So Nidoqueen now walls you, but even still. Obstagoon, again, closer. Politoed, absolute win. Scizor is a more dominant matchup now. And as we get to the end here, you're going to see Talonflame turns into a win. Because of the extra bulk in Ultra League, Talonflame now turns into a win. Walrein is also a narrow win if you get one. Talonflame, guys. Talonflame. You get there. You just barely get. So you're even shields. 1 shield. Alright? 1 flame charge only does about 30% of HP. It's much less in this league than it is in Ultra League. This is insane. So you're going to be able to get to that move, that Zap Cannon. Look at this. You win the 1 shield. Talonflame wins the 2 shield because it ramps up and it's able to whittle you down to get there. And then in the 0 shield, let's look at the 0 shield. So 1 Zap Cannon will not take out the entirety of a Talonflame. So you need at least 1 shield to take out a Talonflame. That's just unfortunately the fact here. So, but still, you come in with energy, you come in with anything, and you just You take out the Talonflame. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, now let's go. Let's check out Florges real quick. I'm not going to take too much time. I want to highlight Florges in Master League. All right, Florges in Master League is good. It's going to be good. So because we have what we have here is we have a fairy type that has Vine Whip, which is very interesting. Now you could run this with Disarming Voice. You could run it with Moonblast. You could run it with Psychic. I know that the JRE he put out his analysis on it, and he's talking about running double fairy moves. We're gonna run Psychic just for the sake of it. Disarming Voice is like a discharge magnet bomb kind of thing. It's a very cheap move, especially with Vine Whip. It's very nice and it's stab. So let's take a quick look at the Master League. Level 40. I don't play XL Master League. I'm not gonna look at it. I'm not gonna bother. All right, Master League meta. All right, so here's the wins this thing picks up. Dragonite because it's a fairy. Garchomp because it's a fairy. Gyarados and Groudon because Vine Whip and it's a fairy. Machamp because it's a fairy. Mamoswine because it's grass, or it's got the Vine Whip, and it does good damage. Like, it beats all the dragons and it beats the ground types. It really beats the Swampert. Can also beat a Sylveon, and it can't quite beat the Togekiss because the Vine Whips are resistant. So I have done a little bit of homework. I haven't done an enormous amount. I think that this thing is going to make its biggest debut here in the Premier Classic meta. Now, this is all, again, one shield situations, so this isn't going to be telling of the entire meta. But, like, you look at, it gets all the fighters, it gets all the dragons. Just being a pure fairy type is very good because there's not very many poison types in the Master League meta at all. And the steel types are, while they're there, it has play against them in that Dialga, Excadrill are both the fairy types that you see. Or no, both the steel types that you see. You might see a Magnezone in Premier Classic. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But like, look at all these wins. Look at this. Garchomp, Gengar, Glaceon, Goodra, Gyarados, Haxorus, Machamp. We'll get Mamoswine again. Melodic, Rhyperior, Swampert, Sylvie. This thing beats over half the meta. It beats like half the meta. So this is something that's going to be worth investing in. It has a lot of wins, and this is just running Psychic. Like, just take my advice, get one. You may never use it, but get one, all right? That's it. So, overview of this event. Get Audinos, get Flabebes, and whatever else comes up that you need. That's really it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure going over this event with you. Please leave a comment if you are having a good experience after seeing this video with this event. Leave a like if you like to see more of these, and hit subscribe if you want to be able to check out my content going forward. Appreciate all that support, and I will catch you in the next video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.